first day that I opened my books and everything 2 years back. In 20 minutes, I shut it down and I was on my phone again.
Were you able to cope being an arts guy?
Um, to be honest, I wasn't. I
All
wasn't
right,
like-
guys. Welcome to this MBA podcast. I've got somebody very special. Mr. Ayan Mukherjee, yeah. Sen Gupta. Ayan Sen Gupta. ये बड़ा confusion है. By the way, this guy has nailed it like a pro. Last year CAT में कुछ 60 percentile था. इस बार आया है 90 percentile. He's a non-engineer. He struggled a lot with respect to CAT के sir कैसे because he's got a lot of work by the way. 5 साल का work है. He's a street smart by the way. But he'll tell you उसका पूरा journey. Ayan, all yours, buddy.
Yeah. So to start off with, absolutely from the beginning, I've done history, humanities with maths and eco. Like I started off with that, and then I got into history honors in my graduation. Passed out of there, luckily somehow got a college placement, and for the last 5 years I've been working with this brand called Dine Out. It's India's leading restaurant dining platform.
Eventually picked up by Swiggy.
Yeah, it's recently been also taken over by Swiggy, so that's what. And I used to handle marketing there, marketing and all that. And it's last year that I had decided that I want to take my career up a notch. And coming from an arts background, I could not see a lot of avenues progressing. Like engineers or somebody who does like is from a commerce BCom background, I think they have a lot of opportunities. Like since these are also considered like a semi-professional or a professional course, and that's I did not have, and hence I chose to do CAT. So yeah, that's my background.
How it started, CAT का मतलब DILR, verbal, Quants में. Were you able to cope being an arts guy?
To be honest, I wasn't. Right. Because I also had a huge tenure, like where I was away from studies altogether. Last year when I had decided that let's give it a shot and everything, and it was right when the pandemic was also easing out. So I thought, this might be a good time to do it. The market was also bouncing back, so I wanted to kind of like get on the momentum and upskill. So I thought, and the first day, I'll tell everybody, the first day that I opened my books and everything 2 years back, in 20 minutes, I shut it down and I was on my phone again. Coming from because it was too alien for me to start and everything, and that discipline was also not there. So that's how. And that's what also eventually carried out in the first preparation. I remember, I think so, I connected with you, sir, in 2021 around September, October.
True.
I tried doing it from another institute, but I could not grasp a lot of concepts. And when I spoke to you, I took a few free sessions. I also saw you on YouTube and everything, and I kind of started implementing it. And I saw benefits towards it, and hence that helped me.
Perfect. So first time you got 60 percentile overall?
Yeah, I got overall 60 percentile.
And this year 90 percentile?
Yes, 90%.
Would you mind giving us an idea what all calls you have?
Yeah, I have couple.
He has converted also couple of.
I have converted couple of them, but I've converted something that is in the news a lot of late. That's Goa Institute of Management. There's Great Lakes Chennai, and also I've got IBS Hyderabad. Masters Union is also another college that is being prominently coming up in all of our circles, and that's also something that I have converted.
By the way, he has also converted IIM Shillong ka executive MBA program. That's 1 year program.
I did convert that.
But he's not going for that, by the way. So again, so how it has been as a journey being a arts guy, Quants ho gaya, DLR ho gaya, roller coaster tha. Did you find any change in your study pattern या फिर because you know 20 minutes के बाद you shut it down and you left. वहाँ से लेके 90 percentile. Do you think C2C was helpful during this journey?
So to start off with, I'll break a complete myth before anything.
Okay.
I feel I am proficient in verbal.
Okay.
I felt in my first attempt I was proficient in verbal and everything, and I felt that I could do really well. I gave my first attempt, and I'll tell you guys clearly on the camera, I screwed it up. Like when it came up and everything, what we are taught in school, how to solve RCs, how to do para completion, para summaries, odd one out, or even para jumbles and everything, that did not help me at all. And I went with that mindset. Of course, I implemented a lot of your rules and everything the first attempt, but they were not absolutely to the brim, because I would say that I was a victim of my own overconfidence.
Oh, okay.
that is
needs
something.
balls to accept that, by the way.
No, it does, sir, but honestly, it's because this is probably for my peers or whoever will be preparing this time.
Right.
And it is plain and simple. If you are overconfident, whether it be in terms of whatever you do in life and everything, you are going to have a major hitback. And this was the hitback, a reality check that I had.
Right.
And coming from an arts background, quants is something that I was really scared of. However, I feel that I'm at a position where quants is something that I can deal with after studying from Weber sir, from Shanky sir and everything. If you ask me about the concepts and everything, I have them down to the nail where I can answer them.
Perfect.
But
Perfect.
And also DILR and verbal. Verbal, I would say hands down, your concepts, your strategies and everything, what helped me.
Perfect. I'm glad.
Like I had a detailed study plan, to be very honest. And also, since we are on the back end where we were saying about 60% and everything, I also scored very bad in DILR and verbal the first time.
Okay. Okay.
So that's what.
And this time, what's your percentile if you want to disclose?
So I've got
section by section.
Section by section. I've got 97.56 in verbal.
Wow. Wow.
And I've got roundabout 90.21 in DILR. And
okay. Again, one set in DILR per slot 2 था तो scale down करा. ये तो 93, 94 चले जाता.
Yeah. So
not bad, यार. Not bad.
So I went with a lot of. So first of all, I'll start with my DILR bit. I used to not take the regular online classes because my work schedule used to clash.
You were completely packed up. Yeah.
So I used to go on a T-1 day where you used to upload it in the morning. The sessions would be uploaded by 6:30, 7 in the morning.
Right.
And my work day would start around about 10. So before even I started working, I would go through. The moment I used to wake up, I used to just go through the session that has been taught and everything, do the sets right there and there, and whatever sets were left that we were supposed to do, or Shanky sir is probably the best DILR teacher that I've ever come across.
Very true.
And he used to tell us how we could do this set and everything. I used to, during my work day, during my lunch hours, I used to do that DILR set.
Wow.
Because I was at work from home.
ये मुझे भी नहीं पता था. हाँ, perfect.
So I had that bandwidth, that flexibility. I figured out the time slots that I could actually practice. And I came down to my lunch slot where I could exploit it. 5 minutes में खा लिया. I used to literally gulp down everything. Swallow everything and all that. To this day, that habit has not gone. So my mom is already like, but that's all.
One question that I wanted to ask you is, so you were decent at studies, but aptitude was the new world together, for you, right?
I would say that I wasn't also decent in studies. I was always a average student.
Okay, and aptitude was a completely new world for you.
Completely new.
How did C2C or how did I had make a difference towards your study pattern? Definitely, it was your all hard work, but एक mentality या फिर एक mindset change करने में, being an average guy till 90% and cracking these biggies, कैसे तुझे कुछ change लगा?
So one line that Shanky sir told us in a class, and that you also repeated in one of the sessions, I don't think so a lot of them picked up, is that you can only get to heaven when you pass through death.
Exactly.
So it was that mentality that I adopted, and I got a discipline and a structure in my study pattern, where I realized the first attempt that I gave, I realized that I wasn't practicing enough. I would do one concept, I would do book questions and everything, but I would not translate that into mocks and everything. So one of the foremost that I would say is that consistency that is told from day one. Like you do whatever you do at C2C, you need to keep revising it. Whether it be 10 minutes और ये मतलब 10 मिनट के लिए करो, 20 मिनट के लिए करो या आधे घंटे in your everyday life सब निकाल सकते हैं. मतलब
आराम से, कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है.
YouTube मतलब Instagram पे scroll कम कर लो या थोड़ा आधा घंटा कम सो लो. You wake up and you do that and everything. And another suggestion that sir you gave was एक book बना लो पतली सी, जिसमें सारे ना important चीजें note down करो.
All your learnings.
So I had this thin notepad, and I'm telling everyone like this thin notepad is all you need. This thin of it, where you write down. You divide it into 3 sections, and you write down each section में what are the important rules, what are the important understandings, or what are the important things that you can do. What is on that book can also help you to kind of come across that when you were facing this topic, what is the kind of what was the trigger reaction of that? Was that because if I had a negative trigger reaction, जैसे DILR के कुछ sets, 3 days before my paper, I was doing MasterCat.
I was just thinking about it now.
So 3 days before the actual D-Day, I was doing MasterCat, and I gave 2 MasterCats back to back in a space of 2 hours के gap में.
Okay.
Within that 2 MasterCat papers, and I distinctly remember the numbers also, 24 and 25.
Okay.
I could not do a single DILR set.
Oh, okay.
I left it blank. I did not even try it because I did not even have the guts to pick up the pen and do it, because everything flew above me. So I sat down and I analyzed myself that what went wrong. And when I did not have that time pressure, ki timing, ki ye kam ho raha and everything, I could sit down and easily do it. So I went through, introspected on my emotional quotient, that what triggered me, and I noted that and I worked on it.
So, lot of students, being average, उनको लगता है हम पढ़ाई में average है ना, उनके लिए what will be your advice? Because CAT is not an exam जो आप graduation में करते हो या फिर 10th or 12th के board में करते हो. How these strategies, this EQ वाला चीज़, कितना matter करता है? And can an average guy cross 90-95 अगर इन चीजों का ख्याल रखे तो?
So I think so it's very easy for an average guy to even get into the top 1 percentile of this country giving that paper.
Okay.
It is just down to being consistent. Your strategies, one thing that I still use till this day, even after my CAT and everything is over, and which I have also adopted in my work role and everything, is how to read an RC. So let's say a document which is of 2 pages long, I can get it down in like 10 minutes.
Perfect.
And make small pointers against it and just go about it, and that's how. And a consistency, like you have to be consistent.
Consistency is a key for anything that you do in life. So guys, जितने भी average बच्चे हैं, so he's got a great profile, great comm skills, but कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ा सा था कि पढ़ाई इतनी अच्छी नहीं हो रही थी. But he overcame that as well. Definitely, uska hard work hai, we helped him. But remember this, you need to start a little bit early as far as your CAT examination is concerned. Follow strategies, follow जो भी चीजें आपको बताई जाएगी. And success is guaranteed, there is no doubt about it. मैं ये पिछले 3 साल से कह रहा हूँ आयन ने काफी seasons करे हमारे साथ. So this is done and dusted. If you follow the strategies and if you have that consistency, you will be getting into top 30 schools, no doubt about that. My last question to you. Any feedback on the master CAT front, because काफी शिद्दत से बनाया है हमने उसको. So any comment on that?
So I would say, sir, master CAT at this point of time is the one that precisely puts you at par with what the D-Day paper is going to be.
The actual CAT, perfect.
The actual CAT. So
perfect.
The first couple of papers in master CAT, because we are just starting off, will fly by. You'll not even realize what has happened and everything, but also that kind of sets a tone.
Right.
Which also is a reality check where we know that what are the aspects that we need to work on. And also a lot of times what we don't realize is the analysis on the back end of master CATs is also very, very precise. Where it clearly broke down in terms of which question is more difficult, which question is easy as compared to, because this is real-time data of who all are also giving. These are the people who are, one aspect is also that I kind of incorporated is that there are 2 lakh people who are going for the same seat that I am. So I have to be at par with what they are doing.
True.
So an average time, let's say somebody who's got a 99 percentile, hats off to him, he's probably worked off, he was also much more consistent than me. Who's got a 99 percentile, he's also given that mock, I've also given that mock. So I have to see that how much time he spent and everything.
Uska analysis aa jata hai.
Uska analysis. We understand that we have to analyze that कौन सा क्वेश्चन गलत हुआ, कौन सा सही हुआ, अगर सही हुआ तो कौन से रूट से किया, ऑल्टरनेटिव रूट है तो वो एक्सप्लोर करें, एवरीथिंग. बट वन एस्पेक्ट दैट अ लॉट ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स आई थिंक सो we kind of also forget, or we also humans we forget, is the timing element. When you're under the gun, you don't know what clicks, what doesn't click. So under the gun you have to see what your peers are also doing under the gun. And kind of if you aim for the highest, so you also need to start behaving like what the highest.
ये responsible होना is very important. That's important. Cool hai yaar. Ayan, thank you so very much for turning up.
Thank you, sir.
You are an inspiration to a lot of people out there. Thank you. Worked very hard, got into like काफी roller coaster रहा, 50 percentile, 60 percentile, say फिर 90 percentile, and got 5-6 converts, real good converts. We'll have Ayan again on board. You know, he'll be helping a lot of CAT 23 students also at Situ Cementers. Cool hai. Thanks man. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.